Welcome to the newest episode of Beyond the Fame with Jason Fraley. I'm your host, Jason Fraley, picking the brains of the top filmmakers, musicians, and artists of our time. Bone Thugs-n-Harmony is coming to Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. this Sunday for the Force Tour, featuring LL Cool J, Queen Latifah, DJ Jazzy Jeff, DJ Z-Trip, and The Roots. I spoke to Flesh and Bone about the group's journey from its roots in Cleveland to record hits like Thuggish Ruggish Bone, The Crossroads, First of the Month, and Ghetto Cowboy.
How you doing, Jason? Glad to be on.
Hey, Flesh and Bone of Bone Thugs-n-Harmony. Thanks so much for joining us on WTOP in Washington, D.C.
You got to believe it. You better believe it. Flesh and Bone in the building, man, representing the brand, man. How y'all doing over there, man, D.C.? How the weather treat y'all, man?
We're doing all right. It's just, it was warm for a while, but fall is officially here. It's starting to get cold. But yeah, you guys came up in Cleveland. You know the deal. It's probably colder there, so you're all right.
Oh, yeah, most certainly. Most certainly. That's what's up. So yeah. We got this big gig coming up over there. What's that? Saturday, Sunday?
It's Sunday, October 15th at the Capital One Arena. It's called the Force Tour, and folks got to get your tickets because this bill is insane. LL Cool J, Queen Latifah, The Roots, DJ Jazzy Jeff, DJ Z-Trip, and of course Bone Thugs-n-Harmony. I mean, these are all people you admired before you guys blew up, and during, and even to this day. But what's it been like touring with all those legends, man?
Man, touring with these legends has been more than a dream come true. Of course, we grew up on these guys, especially LL, to be on that stage and have the Roots playing your set for you live, man. Words can't even describe that, man. You folks definitely don't want to miss this show. It's the greatest show on earth. We were raised off these dudes' music. All of them. Queen Latifah, shouts out to all of those dudes, man. We love them. We appreciate the blessing, and it's a privilege and an honor to be sharing the same stage with these guys. And we coming to bring DC one heck of a show. Look, y'all don't want to miss it. Make sure y'all grab y'all tickets. Bone Thugs is coming to blast that stage and take y'all to the moon with an electrifying performance, as we always do, but we especially finna bring the thunder on this one.
I love it. Yes. And speaking of, all these legends in DC, I love that some of these legends are starting to get their flowers and their proper cred, because LL Cool J a couple years ago became the first rapper to get the Kennedy Center honors here in DC. Queen Latifah is going to be the first female rapper to get it, I guess, later this year. I think in December, going to get a Kennedy Center honor. So it's nice to see, back in the day, when you and I were growing up, it was like, orchestras and ballets and all, that was what you think of the Kennedy Center. And now it's music that you and I love, like hip hop, is finally getting recognized. I mean, are you proud of, happy for that?
Yes, indeed. I'm definitely happy and to be representing the hip hop community, and happy 50th birthday to hip hop. And it's come a long way to be finally, like you say, a lot of these guys, I wouldn't call them old school, they're veterans, they're legends, finally getting their flowers, and it's long overdue. And this is a universal genre that penetrates every facet of life, every walk of life, every creed, color, and race, and more so than anything, hip hop has become the forefront of culture, period. And it's a great thing that it's being recognized throughout, like you say, these guys, the Kennedy Center honors and stuff of that nature. And then you have, of course, the what is it in Cleveland?
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, yeah.
Hall of Fame and stuff and things of this nature, where hip hop artists all over are receiving these accolades and recognitions for their contribution to music and to culture in general. It's a beautiful thing, Jay.
Oh, absolutely. And you mentioned that you grew up with all these legends that you're touring with. But I mean, I got to say, I grew up, and a lot of our listeners grew up listening to you guys. I mean, you Bone Thugs are legends like that, from the 90s, man. So I want to get to the new single, Stay Dangerous, and all that stuff, later in the interview. But I'm going to try to move chronologically if possible, because, these are like the songs I grew up with, man. So remind our listeners really quick how, I know you're born in Cleveland in early 70s. You're the older brother of Lazy Bone, cousin of Wishbone. So that's obvious how you met them. But how did Busy and Crazy come into the picture for y'all to finally come together and form Bone Thugs in early 90s?
My mother were great friends with both Crazy's parents and Busy's father. And my mom, I met Cray. Actually, when I met Cray, we were at school. I met Cray going to school in junior high school, FDR, school called FDR. I was taking civics class, like a social studies class with him. And at the time, Lazy Bone was taking a home economics class with him. So we were going back and forth before Cray even knew that me and Lazy were brothers. You know, we'd be in class, rapping, beating on the desk, doing beats on the desk, and doing beatbox and stuff like that, and rapping. And then we'll do that in my class, and then Cray would go to Stevie's class and do the same thing. And then we came together like, yo, I know this other one dude that know how to beatbox and rap real cool. Y'all should meet him. And then lo and behold, Cray didn't know he was introducing me to my little brother. It was a way. It's a crazy story. I'm writing about it I'm writing a book right now on my life experience as a member of Bone Thugs and Harmony, and I'm almost done with that. That'll be out real soon.
Awesome.
But I'm kind of like spilling the beans on it. But the way I met Busy, my mom just brought him home one day. I came home from school one day, and he was there chilling like a villain, and actually wrote some raps and left it on me and left it on my bed, and was checking him out like, yo, what this little dude got a little skill on him. So the way we came together is a fairy tale picture, a book story type deal, man. And I'm writing about it extensively in my book, but the way these dudes came about, the way we came about is definitely one of those ones for the history books. Bone Thugs and Harmony as a group, first and foremost, we're family business. We're family that created a brand. And I think that's why we're still strong, stopping strong. We're going on our 30th anniversary as a group. And I'm not sure how many other hip hop groups out there that you can consider still together with a 30-year history. It may be a few, but not in the capacity of Bone Thugs and Harmony.
No, absolutely not. And yeah, because that first album, Face of Death, was 93. So yeah, that's 30 years, 2023. Yeah, wow, that's incredible. And yes, and folks, seriously, these questions we're asking in this interview this is just a snippet, a little teasers. You're gonna have to pick up Flesh's book later to hear everything. But this is just to, wet the whistle a little bit, get them ginned up to go pick it up, and of course go to this show. But I'm loving the idea of you all, I can just imagine you and Lazy waking up. You're talking about going to school. I can just imagine that alarm clock going up and you going, wake up, wake up, wake up. We got to get
yeah, exactly. It started all the way back when, we were, we were inspired and to become destined to be some type of entertainer. And, we some of the latest, the greatest, Jackson 5, New Edition, all of those dudes inspired us to kind of like form some type of group and get together, dance, sing, rap, do our own dance steps and stuff like that way before even Bone Thugs was in the picture. But we had it we grew up with that. Our parents were in bands. They used to sing and stuff of that nature. And it's in the blood. It's in our nature. So we're here to stay nonetheless.
Yeah.
We'll be making music as long as the creator allows. And we're having fun. New music is on the horizon. We got new Bone Thugs and Harmony music singles that we're getting ready to drop come 2024. I'm getting ready to release a new EP, a solo EP before the year closes. I want to drop it on the anniversary of my Thugs album. I think it's November 19th when in 1996 when my Thugs album came out. So I'm going to be releasing a new EP on that date to commemorate the launch of my True Humbly United Gathering Souls album. If y'all don't have that, make sure y'all go get that too. I have two previous albums that I just released. One is called Do You, and the other one is called To the Bone. They're all available on iTunes or wherever you like to download your music. Make sure y'all please go represent. I'm asking y'all, I need y'all support. So please go out there. We're independent. We're not signed to these major record labels and everything. We don't got billions and billions of dollars behind us. No, all we have is our word of mouth and our fan base and social media when we get on there. And we're not too shy and very humble to ask you, please give us a hand. Go download. It's only $1.99 per song. So support us. As an independent artist.
Absolutely. Thanks for plugging the new stuff too. And do you? I don't know how much time we got, but I'd love to hit some of the greatest hits that they might hear at the show too. Do you have time to run through a couple of them, even if we rapid fire?
Yeah, absolutely. Which ones you want to talk about that you have in mind?
I know them all by heart, man. I'll try to jump around. All right, so I know that creeping on a come up in the EP, man. Tell me, well, For the Love of Money was on there, but that was great too. But tell me about Thuggish Ruggish Bone. That was like the big breakthrough that put you all on the map. Memories of putting that together?
Absolutely. The Thuggish Ruggish Bone was like we were recorded those that whole EP within the first week that we were in Los Angeles with Eric. A great man, rest his soul. God bless him. Rest in peace, Mr. Eric Wright, Easy E. Who as soon as he heard us, he just jumped to it right away, and he asked us what do we want to do, and we were like, yo, we ready to get in the lab. We're ready to work. And he, such the businessman that he is, immediately got us out to LA and put us in a studio. And within a week, we had Creeping on a Come Up. I think it's a 6-7 song EP. 6 songs on there. Thuggish Ruggish was the first one that we dropped, that we recorded, and of course those other ones that are on there, For the Love of Money, of course. And was happy to get Easy E to feature on those records. We actually had Easy E featured on other records as well too. And but I need to find out what happened to those albums, man. But yeah, man, we it was an amazing situation that rolled in. Then, of course, he eventually got sick, and then when he came back from New York and came down with pneumonia or whatnot and didn't survive that, we were already in a process of we had wrapped up the East 1999 Eternal album. Of course, you have East 1999 on there, you have Crossroads on there, you have First of the Month on there, and others.
And also, by the way, those are the big ones. And I also love some of the underrated ones, like Mr. Bill Collector and what Die with I'm a Little Ripster, I'm Leatherface, Come to Gillian at Night. Like there's the flows on that album is freaking awesome. You could see why it was nominated for best rap album at the Grammys. First time I guess that category even existed. But I'm talking about the deep cuts, and you know, we mentioned First of the Month, Wake Up. But I guess my listeners will kill me if I don't get something on the Crossroads. That's the big Grammy winning one. So yeah, memories of putting that together, and sort of the idea. I mean, why do you think it caught fire? Just because everyone missed their loved ones is sort of a shout out. Everyone can kind of relate to, you know, missing a loved one, I guess.
No doubt. That's exactly why it caught on so well and caught fire, such fire. At the time, we were going through our own struggles. We lost a couple of friends in our life. One of my brothers from another mother, Wally. Another brother, his name was Boo. We lost a couple of guys, and then at the same time too, we had already had a previous version of Crossroads, but when Easy died, we did another version of it, and so we just capitalized on the fact that, hey, we're losing so many loved ones around you, but you know what? We know that there's a crossroads, and we'll see you again one day. That there, of course, is the biggest smash in the universe, hands down. There's no song bigger than Crossroads in the hip hop world. So you gotta give Bone their flowers when it comes to that. And I think that's one of the reasons why we're one of the. I wouldn't, you know, not to toot my own horn, but yeah, man, we're gonna be around for a while. The music is timeless with songs like Crossroads, of course. You know, songs like First of the Month. Every first of the month, there's always going to be a first of the month, and unfortunately, there's always going to be those people around you, family, friends, or whomever that are going to depart before you. So this is the nature of life, and then to capture the essence of that in music is what hip hop culture is all about. Being able to come up with these topics, being able to come up with what humans go through on a day-to-day basis, and put that in a music form in which people can relate to, and it puts the artist right there in the same shoes as the listener, and that's what it's all about.
It really is. And I agree. These songs are going to be around forever. I mean, after such a huge success like that, I mean, like, it's like Grammy winning success, mainstream success. Everyone knows Crossroads and that whole East 99 Eternal album. Like, everyone knows that at that point. That's mainstream stuff then. Did you all feel any pressure to like follow that up, like when you did The Art of War? Because I mean, some bands and some groups would fold and not be able to match it. But I thought y'all did, like, look into my eyes and tell me what it is you see. Like, what else was on that album? If I could teach the world to be a thug and harmony. Like, I thought that album was just as freaking good. But yeah, I mean, did y'all face any pressure, or what was it like kind of rising to that occasion, I guess I'm saying?
Well, I don't think we faced any pressure at all because it just rolled naturally as creating art usually typically does. I don't believe in this roadblock or stumbling, what you call it, when the writer's block. I don't believe in writer's block because a writer's block is just a stepping stone to let you know that you're getting ready to unlock the floodgates of your creativity. And it's forcing you to think. It's forcing you to be creative. And only lazy bums. Now, I'm not to call nobody lazy that uses the excuse, oh man, it's hard to follow up. I'm up under so much pressure. I don't know what to do. I'm having writer's block. That's a bull. Get up off the tail and do what you have to do. But no, it wasn't no pressure at all. These ideas roll profusely like water through the hearts and minds of the Bone Thugs-n-Harmony members. That's just like how you do any other prolific artist that's out there that's steadily writing music and doing the things that they need to do to be a great artist or a good artist, whatever that may be. But it was never any pressure because one idea usually leads to the next one. And it's always a blessing. It's such a beautiful thing to sit down with a pen and a pad with music or whatever the case. This is what I do. I feel that this God created us to do this. We can do other things as well. Of course, we're human beings that can do anything up under the sun as long as it's good and you're doing it for the glory of God. You understand that He created you to do all good things, then you can do all good things. I'm not preaching to the choir here. It's just that you get a little bit of insight of what goes on in the mind and hearts of Bone Thugs-n-Harmony. Highly confidential, highly spiritual, we God-loving and family-loving individuals. We love our friends, and that's the way it goes. Everything you look at, everything that goes on in the world is a sense of inspiration, and then for us, it's been no pressure from one song to the next, one idea to the next. It just kind of like came naturally.
Yeah, and I love that thank you for mentioning like that it's like an inspirational spiritual side. I mean, that's where the harmony comes in. I mean, you do have you get your, I guess, I don't know, what do you want to call it, like harder street songs, that, like the street cred stuff, obviously that's in the songs. It's part of the game, got to get that paper, but on the same, I'm moving on to Resurrection. but the 2000, but that also has Let's Change the World. Like there's these really like uplifting, almost like we're gonna better society songs, like Let's Change the World, you know what I mean? Like that's what I always loved about you guys. It was like both sides of the coin, you know what I mean?
You have to visit both sides of the coin. That's just like to say, hey, I changed my life and I turned my life over to God and everything. You're going to talk about those things too. But there's so much more things going on in the world than just what you believe and what you consider good. And you want to stay away from the bad. You got to take the bitter with the sweet. Even God's greatest prophets, Jesus himself, he wasn't worried about Paul and Matthew and Mark and them. No, those guys came to him, but Jesus was going and he went to the thieves, the prostitutes, and he went in the trenches. Jesus was in the trenches. He had to talk to these people in the trenches. He wasn't out there being high and mighty, messing with all the billionaires and the quadrillionaires and the politicians and all of that. No, he went to where he was needed the most, and you have to do that throughout life. Even though you might not like it, you're gonna have to accept that and go there with people where God needs you the most. You're gonna have to talk about some of those things that you might not feel comfortable talking about.
Exactly. I love that you're talking about in the trenches because yes, if you go back and read that stuff, and again, we ain't preaching, folks, but like if you go read he was railing against the evangelical, the Pharisees is what they called him in the day, right? And so like all these high and
Right.
mighty people nowadays in Bible thumping, like it's not about that. You're down. He'd be loving the least among us right now. You know what I mean? The outcasts of society. That's what that was. And so many people don't get that. They turned it into some other thing. But I'm glad to hear you say that.
Well, yeah, that's the way it is. You can't be a chump in life. You know, you can't. You got to be a doer. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got to be able to understand how to take what God gave you and use it to the best of your ability. And and nowadays we need good musicians, we need good doctors, we need good lawyers. You're in the heart of DC, so you in DC, right?
Yeah, well, our station is.
We need good politicians. We need good judges. We need good attorneys. We need good lawyers. We need good people. We need people to stand up and emphasize the goodness inside them instead of the greed, the dishonesty, the deceit, the lying, whatever you want to call it. We need to see more. These people are in leaderships of power, or whatever you want to call it, positions of power and leadership. We need the goodness in them. Regardless of what you're doing, we need the goodness in you to benefit not just yourself, you feel what I'm saying, but everybody around you.
I'm with you. Hey, I want to compliment you all, and there's no time to go through all the albums. You've been more than generous with your time. We've been hitting some of the highlights, but I do want to compliment you on something I noticed about Bone Thugs, and if you want to throw in Mo Thugs and your solo stuff, you know, the whole thing. You all are better than just about anyone I know in hip hop at taking like classic song samples and making them amazing, like elevating them to your own thing. Like, cause you did the Phil Collins Home, Take Me Home, The Busy and all that was great. Ghetto Cowboy is an amazing Kenny Rogers, The Gambler. You better count your money.
Exactly. It is.
Busy did Thugs Cry, which was Prince's When Doves Cry. Like what's the key to a good sample? I mean, I think you guys do better than anybody.
Everything's the key to a good sample. You can dig and you can go pull up something, man. I swear to God, man, and create this. And this is where a lot of people get, they pull these samples from out of nowhere. It seems like, and you would never believe that. Okay, for example, that the Ghetto Cowboy song was a take from Kenny Rogers. On one of Kenny Rogers' songs, you better count your money. You better count your. Come on, man! You're only a real, and that which tells me that you're a real hip hop head. Not only that, you're a real Bone Thugs and Harmony head, man.
Dude, you know what? There's no genre and a country head to know the Kenny Rogers because he was. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. You know what? Music is music, and I love you guys fuse it, baby. I love it.
Yeah. You better believe it, man. We come with it, but it's others, man. It's so many. We're working on a catalog that's healthy and extensive. We're getting ready to definitely capitalize on that in a magnificent way. We're just going to keep growing as a group, keep growing as a band and as a business, brother.
Oh yeah. Well, did you want to tell me about before we run? Thanks for hitting some of the greatest hits as a group and everything. Before we run, did you want to tease some more of your new stuff? Like, don't you have a new solo single? It's "Stay Dangerous," right? Featuring Gold Rush.
Yeah.
Why don't you plug that real quick?
Yeah. So "Stay Dangerous" is my latest single, featuring artist Gold Rush, aka Raiden Rush. He's an amazing producer, writer. And lyricist and rapper. He's like a quadruple threat. He does it all. And this is one of the latest records that I have with him. It's available on iTunes. Stay Dangerous is like capturing it's like the epitome of a Bone Thugs and Harmony member. He's so dangerous lyrically. You just got to be careful when you're dealing with how lyrical Bone Thugs and Harmony is. I have that one. Stay Dangerous. I have Smoke and Maintain, which features also Raiden Rush, and aka Gold Rush. And then y'all feel free, please go look him up. His name is Gold Rush on social media. He has a bunch of new stuff out there as well. So go and support him. He's an amazing independent artist as well. And then I have songs like Dedication, Smoke and Maintain is of course it's like a weed anthem for those that like to partake and every now and then. I know sometimes y'all like to, when you're taking a break, you go ahead, you roll up a little spliffy and you hit it when you're taking a break, and you spray your spray so that your boss can't smell it on you. That type of situation. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
And
I
nobody
got you.
can, only a real weed head can know that. Oh, this month, you can't. They won't be able to tell that you really, been smoking on the job. But I ain't trying to entice nobody. But yeah, but you got songs like Dedication, which is dedicated to, loved ones. It's like another crossroads in a sense. Songs called Dedication, and it's dedicated to those that have passed away, and those that are still here and that went through such not tormenting, but trauma in their lives, but somehow still by the grace of God, still made it. They made it through, and they're still here and grateful to be alive. So, quite a few more solo joints. But if you go follow me on my social media on Instagram at Flesh and Bone BTNH, that's FLESH letter NBONE BTNH, Flesh and Bone BTNH, all across the board, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And you'll see links to all of my music there. Go to iTunes and download those records. You won't be disappointed. Like I said, the three that I just named, Dedication, Smoke and Maintain, and Stay Dangerous, those are singles. Well, Stay Dangerous is going to be a single on this next EP. The other two are singles off the my last previous solo efforts. And also I have a To The Bone. There's one that's called To The Bone Remix that features these young new artists that are up and coming, Greasy Bone, Hitman, and K Quick. Man, these dudes are extremely talented. The name of the song is called To The Bone. I need y'all to check that out as well. It's available on iTunes, and you can check out the videos to these. I have videos to all of this stuff. So you can go to my YouTube channel, and if you don't mind subscribing to my YouTube channel, so Flesh and Bone. You can't miss it with all these songs that I just named. Flesh and Bone, Bone Thugs and Harmony on YouTube. You can't miss it. So you'll be entertained, and you'll have something to do for days. Just go check it out and make sure y'all support there.
I love it. Oh yeah, and I'll definitely tag your IG and all that stuff when I run this story. It'll probably be tomorrow. I'll tag all the socials, and you can share all your music and everything like that. I know we're sort of entering the final seconds of this interview, but what you just said sparked something, because you're listing all your great Flesh and Bone, solo songs. What would be, if we had to pluck, I was going to say, what's your favorite all time that you did solo, but I'm actually going to expand it out even more. If you did like a Mount Rushmore where you had to pluck one solo song of all of your different Bones, like what would that Mount Rushmore of solo Bone songs be? Busy, you could go Thugs Cry, Lazy, Alberta, Battlefield, Thug by Nature, Crazy Bone, Running with the AK-47 with Big and Heavy Heavy. We can do whatever you want to do. But if for you, what would be, if you're like, that's my best solo of each of these guys, what would the Mount Rushmore be? That's hard.
It would be A World So Cruel, Nothing But the Bone in Me, The Master, Amen, both with Montel Jordan, Fallen with Montel Jordan. And the list goes on and on, man. It's like it's this rolling off the tongue here.
It's really impossible. There's so much work,
North Coast, No Mercy with Fat Joe, Corrupted Flesh with Corrupt, aka Young Gotti from the Dog Pound. Man, it's a ton of them out there, man. It's ton of them out there.
It's endless. To me, I wanted to end with the solo stuff, because to me that's sort of like speaks to the legacy. I know you're still touring as a group coming to DC, but like the stuff that you all have done individually too holds up just as well. Like it is a body of work. I mean, you could say the same for like Cash Money. They all did their own stuff, and Lil Wayne blew up on his own, blah blah blah. But like it's a group, man. It's like in pro wrestling, it's like one of them factions. That's badass.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's like exactly. That's what it is. Like pro wrestling, bro.
You're the NWO or DX of rap.
Exactly. exactly, and 100%, 100%. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So
I really appreciate you joining us. And I guess last question, how's Crazy doing? Wasn't he in the hospital recently?
yes, indeed, he was. He was definitely on went through a scary situation. He was on life support for almost 2 weeks. Let's say 9 days. For 9 days, he was on in life support and ICU. Man, it was a scary situation. And to be honest, we didn't know if he was going to make it or not. But prayer warriors got busy, and I want to thank all you prayer warriors out there that prayed for my brother, that prayed for Bone Thugs and Harmony, and prayed for Craig to make it. The power of prayer is real. God is real, and His blessings are immensely showering upon us on a daily basis. And I want to ask you guys for your continued prayers. Please continue to pray for us because there's still a slow recovery ahead of us. And he's doing a lot better. Like I say, he was in a real critical situation, and by a miracle of the Lord, he has made it out of that danger zone and is doing a lot better. But like I say, it's a slow recovery. And I want to thank everybody for their prayers, and also ask you for your continued prayers and for my family as we still go through this ordeal.
Yes, we'll keep the prayers coming, and yes, let's delay the crossroads a little longer. But we'd love to have Crazy stick around for a long time, so that we'll keep the prayers coming. I assume that means he's not going to be with you guys in DC, right? You're going to go without him.
No, he's still in the hospital. So
right.
I don't think I don't think they're gonna release him. They're trying to make sure that he's cleared and can actually go home. But he's still there, and we're hoping for him to be able to return home real soon.
Right. Well, we'll keep the prayers coming. I'm sure the rest of y'all in Bone Thugs will keep it going for this tour, along with all the other big names we mentioned, LL, Queen Latifah, The Roots. There's plenty to go around on stage. Don't worry. But we pray that Crazy can get back out there as soon as possible. Hey, Flesh and Bone. We talked. You gave us way more time than I even knew we would. I'm just such a fan of the music. I'm just rambling on, but I love your stuff, man. I appreciate it.
No, we love you. We couldn't have done it without the support and dedication of fans such as yourself, Jason. And we thank you. We thank you and the millions of fans out there like you. And like I say, we wouldn't have been able to be planted and forged in the world and the earth in such a way without that type of love, support, and dedication. And we appreciate and we thank you from the bottom of our heart for all of the DC area out there. Y'all be good. Please, like I say, please tune in and support our projects. We need y'all to go download some of our new music if you have time. I'm sure you're going to have whenever you have a few moments on your hands, please go check out Flesh and Bone BTNH on IG and click some of those links and download some of that new material. You're gonna love it. It's hands down. We got quality music. If you're tired of, it's just a lot of rubbish that's out there, and we understand that there's a lot of nonsensical rubbish that's out there. But this is top-notch, high quality, high concept, real make you think type music. We need you to support it, please. Thank you.
Yeah, why listen to the rubbish when you can get the thuggish ruggish,
You can get the thuggish ruggish, man. That's what it's all about. Yet we're highly intellectual with it. We can go all the way across the board. Like I say, you got to take the bitter with the sweet and yin with the yang and everything. But we bring substance. We make this stuff make sense, brothers and sisters. Trust me. But once you get a dose of Bone Thugs and Harmony, you'll never go back. You'll never go wrong. We will end up in your top 5, top 10 lists. Top 3 of all time.
Keep it going. Everyone, download Stay Dangerous, the rest of the new stuff by Flesh and Bone, and check out Bone Thugs and Harmony as part of the Force Tour coming to Capital One Arena in the heart of Washington, D.C. on Sunday, October 15th. Hey, thank you so much for doing this, Flesh. This was a blast.
Thank you, Jason.
Love you guys. See ya.
Love you guys. See you soon, buddy. Thanks.
Thanks so much for listening to Beyond the Fame with Jason Fraley. Our theme music is Scott Buckley's Clarion. Remember to give us a 5-star rating if you like what you hear. We'll see you next time.